Howdy everyone. I'm back at it again. It's a beautiful summer day. Today I'm right on the North Dakota-Minnesota border on the mighty Red River of the North. We're going to try for some channel cats. So I'm going to paddle around a little bit. We'll see if we can find a good looking spot to soak some bait. And we'll see what we can hook into out here today. This looks like a good piece of cover that might be holding some fish. Got a little bit deeper water here, about 8-9 feet deep. Got some shade along the bank. Yeah, this looks like it'd be a good spot to pull up and toss out some bait. All right, I've got one of my lines in. My bait is soaking out there. So we can fish 2 rods here on the Red River, and both of my setups are identical. So I'll give you guys a quick look at the rig on my second rod here. So for main line, I'm running 40-pound Power Pro Super Slick V2 braid. And we'll follow that down to the Catfish rig here. So I've got a 4-ounce no-roll sinker, a little rubber bead there to protect the knot at the swivel. And then I've got about a 14-inch leader of 25-pound trilene mono, and then a 7/0 octopus hook. And then for bait, we're gonna try some shrimp out here today. We've got some extra large raw shrimp. We'll see how the catfish like those. There we go. That should be perfect. I want to drop that one right off that back corner of that log cluster up there. That way the current will carry the scent around where it wraps around over there. So I've got my second line there. My first one I tossed out a little bit deeper, more toward the middle of the channel out there. So we've got our bait out. We'll let it soak for a while and see if a big old channel cat comes along and tries to eat it. Just like that. Oh, that did not take long at all. Try to get my anchor to actually hold in this mud here. Trying to fight that fish back behind that log cluster so he doesn't get into there. Oh yeah, this is a nice catfish. Well, I only had that bait out there for about 10 minutes before this one hit. So that's a good sign. Hopefully they're active today. I had him in the net for a second. There we go. Wow, look at that. How was that for the first fish of the day? Check out that channel cat, you guys. First fish of the day. What a beauty of a fish. Yeah, it only took that one about 10-15 minutes to find that piece of cocktail shrimp that I tossed out there. So awesome way to start the afternoon. That's a good sign. Hopefully these fish are biting today. Time to put on some fresh bait. I'm just going to rip the tail off that thing. We'll run the hook through there like so. I try to weave it through there a little bit so the hook holds onto that bait a little bit better. Got a lot of goldeye, little bullheads, smaller catfish out here that'll pick apart that bait pretty quick. And cocktail shrimp, it holds on somewhat well, but not quite as well as cut bait, so it is a little bit easy for those smaller fish to steal my bait. So if I start getting a bunch of nibbles on one of my rods, then nothing for 5-10 minutes, that tells me they've probably stripped my bait. back out there in the middle of the channel where I caught that big one. We'll see if he's got any buddies out there. Something nibbling away at this one again. Is he still down there, or did he steal my bait? Oh, I got him. What do we got here? Little baby catfish. Come here, little buddy. Now these are the ones that you gotta look out for. They'll stick you with those spikes on their fins. So you just try to get me there. I've got the 2 spikes on their pectoral fins there, and then another one on top on that dorsal fin. And these smaller fish, those spines are usually pretty sharp, so you gotta look out for those. Catch you later, little buddy. Hopefully when you're a bit bigger. Well, I gave it about 45 minutes at that spot. We caught one really nice channel cat there, a couple little ones. There's a lot of smaller fish over there that were just nibbling my bait away, though. I sat there for about 45 minutes, probably went through half that bag of shrimp. I had to put fresh bait on both my rods probably a half dozen times. So that is the one downside to using shrimp for bait. There's a lot of those little nibbler type fish around. They'll chew your bait right off the hook. I did bring 1 cut goldeye just as a backup if we do run out of shrimp. I might toss some cut bait out, but we'll go through the rest of that bag of shrimp first. So I'm going to keep paddling my way upstream. We'll see if we can find another fishy looking spot to soak some bait at. This looks like it might be a good spot to try right here. We've got a little bit of a creek that flows in. It's getting a little deeper here. It's been 2 to 3 feet deep most of the paddle up here, so about 6 feet now. That might be deep enough to hold some fish. All right, we'll toss that shrimp out there and see if there's any fish roaming around this spot. Yep, that felt like I was in the deeper hole right there. So I got that one, a little bit more out in the middle. I'm gonna toss some bait on my second one, and we'll toss that right up in front of where that creek comes out up there. Oh, there we go. Is he still there? That looked like a nicer fish. I've still got bait on there. Oh, yeah, there's somebody nibbling. Come on, take it, take it. I don't know if that's the same fish that just hit at it a minute ago. Oh, maybe. got him. What was that? Was that a goldeye? I think it might have been. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I just caught that. It might be the first smallmouth I've ever caught out of the Red River. Wow, that's the last thing I expected to catch out here today is a little smallie. Look at that guy. Just a weird, almost grayish color to him. Little smallie on the shrimp. Well, that's a nice bonus catch. That's almost as good as catching a big channel cat right there. Well, not much action at this spot. I gave it about 45 minutes here. I did catch that one little smallie, which was kind of a neat, unexpected bonus catch. But the big channel cats don't seem to be around here today. Just a bunch of little nibblers that did a pretty good job of thinning out my bait. But I've got a few pieces of shrimp left. I think I'm going to pull up my anchor and we'll go paddle around a bit and see if we can find one more spot to set up on. Yeah, there's a couple of spots that looked real fishy on my way upstream, but they're just so shallow. I'm getting a little bit deeper here, about 6 feet. Might actually pull up right here in the shade. Got a couple of sticks sticking up right here. It's a little bit deeper water. It's not super deep here, but deeper than most of the river. I'm actually going to paddle up to these sticks real quick though to see how deep they are. Make sure they don't come up into a little shallow hump or anything like that. Nope, we're still at about 6 feet deep right here. So this looks like a good spot. I'm going to paddle back up, get set up in the shade here. We'll drop some bait right in front of these sticks sticking up and see if we can draw a big catfish out of there. Got that one rigged up. I like to have it so the hook point is exposed just a little bit there. Ooh, almost lost my pliers there. That was a close one. I just set up on the spot. Literally threw this line in 2 or 3 minutes ago. Had something nice come and grab it. So I did put a piece of cut bait on this one just so I could keep my bait on there a little bit better. Maybe that's what the fish want out here today, is the cut bait. Oh yeah, that's a quality fish. Pulled me off my anchor spot. I gotta bury that anchor a little bit better. Yeah, that's a big one. in my nets. All right, look at that. Second nice catfish of the day. Got him right in that bottom lip with that hook. I'm gonna let him sit in the net there for just a second. I gotta get my camera dried off. He splashed it pretty good, and we'll take a quick look at him. Wow, look at that beast of a channel cat. Yeah, I got that one on cut bait. I tossed it out there, and maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, this guy came along and completely bent that rod over. Yeah, awesome fish. Well, it didn't take long to find one at this spot. I think we better get some bait back out there and see if that one's got any buddies up here. So I got a bag of nasty cut goldeye that came along with me on a previous trip. Sat out in the sun all day. And try not to touch it because this stuff stinks to high heck. It is nasty. Get it hooked on there nice. There we go. That's pretty much what I caught that last big one on. A little piece of goldeye cut bait. I'm gonna check my shrimp on this one. I was getting a bunch of bites there. I don't know if I got bait stripped or not. Yeah. That's why I put cut bait on that other line. I wanted at least one where I pretty much know I have some bait on it at all times. Got a couple other little hunks of meat left in there. There we go. I'll give them one more little morsel. All right, we'll toss that out there and see if we can catch one. Something just hit my cut bait there, I think. Getting some action on this rod. This might be the spot right here. There's one on the shrimp. Oh yeah. That's a good fish. Just trying to keep them up here in front of those tree snags. I don't want them getting caught up in there. Holy. That is a big catfish, you guys. coming up to you. Gotcha. Wow. Look at this channel cat, you guys. That is a monster. Wow. Look at the size of this channel cat, you guys. Jeez, that is an absolute monster. That's got to be about a 20-pound fish. Biggest one of the day by far. That one came out and ate that shrimp. Just a giant channel cat. Sorry about the fog in that last shot. No, we didn't have a bunch of fog roll in. That big catfish must have splashed my camera lens, and if any water gets between my GoPro and the polarized filter, it fogs up pretty quick. But I've got it cleaned off now. I'm down to my last 2 pieces of cut bait. I've got them out there right now. We'll let them soak a little bit longer. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for today's trip. What an awesome day of fishing out here on the Red River. We caught 3 really nice channel cats, 2 of them on the raw shrimp, 1 on cut bait, bonus little smallie. And all in all, it was a perfect day to be out here on the river in the kayak. So I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Thanks for coming along with me again. I'll see you next time.